So, we've just had iOS 11, obviously, but that's not quite the end for me. So, there's a bit more that I want to see. So, today we're going to be talking about iOS 12 and what I want to see. I'm not talking about what I expect because no one actually knows what to expect. I'll probably do that in, like, I don't know, April, May, when we get actually nearer to WWDC. And there's some more leaks out there that can actually be trusted, because at the minute it seems like there's a lack of leaks. I mean, this time last year I actually had some iOS 11 information, so I don't really know what's going on with iOS 12, but I'm sure Apple will plan it out. But anyway, the first thing I'd want to see is just more sort of RAM management for older devices. I mean, iOS is probably the best out there for RAM management. You don't need much RAM. Like the iPhone, I have a iPhone 7, and that only has 2 gig of RAM. It runs iOS fine. I mean, if that was running Android, it would probably be considered low end sort of RAM spec. But for me on iOS, it's fine. You know, there's no problem or anything. So I just want to see, like, for the iPhone 6 is rumoured to go iOS 12, so I want to see better RAM management for... Oh my god, I think I'm dying here. I want to see better RAM management for that, because it only has 1 gig. So, it's... With iOS 11, it's sort of a bit laggy. So let's just hope they can improve that. Second thing I want to see, even though I don't have a phone that's a Plus model, is split screen multitasking on the Plus model. I mean, I don't just want to see it on a Plus model, I want to see it on an iPhone in general. If you can get that on an iPhone 7, then I'm happy, and 8 and that. If you can bring a split screen to iPhone, if it had to come to an iPhone, then fair enough, it would be a plus. If it was only going to come to one, obviously because it's a bigger screen, and I mean, I think the iPhone 10 could do quite well with split screen as well. So yeah, split screen would be sort of a needed feature, I guess you could say. Next up is sound effects. So, like, not sound effects, but like ringtones and that. So with iOS 7, obviously they released some new ringtones and that, but it's sort of become old news now. You know, you're hearing this, like, whenever you get a call, you're hearing the same sounds and that. So I think, you know, just change up the sounds a bit, give us some new ringtones, some new text sounds and that, like for if we get a text tone. There's quite a few things they could change there. Just add a few new sounds, you know, because what there is at the minute, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just getting old. So we need some more sort of sounds. Next up, I'm going to say that we need more customizability in general. So when you're using iOS, obviously, it's Android. I get that. It is a totally different ecosystem than what you get from Android. Like I said just then, I totally get that. But some areas of it could be more customizable, I suppose. I guess they could. You know, there's some... Apple could customize it a bit more, and it would be quite good. Like, if you could change the way your icons are, like, you didn't have to just have that grid, you could put them anywhere. Like on Android, you can just put them wherever you want. I mean, I know you can drag multiple on the iPad and that now, drag and drop, but yeah, it seems that they just need to update iOS a little bit. Next is total file management. Now, I have quite a few things that I'd like to see, but it's just sort of confusing because I don't know where to put them, like what order. But yes, file management would be like total file management. I mean, we've got the files app that came in iOS 11, but it doesn't actually show folders on the actual system. It just shows folders in like cloud storage and iCloud Drive and Google and that. Why can't they add like a total sort of file management tool where you can see files and folders on your actual system, so you can see like the iOS files now? And I get, like, the thing is with Apple, they just don't want you to see all that. and it is harder to delete stuff on iOS as well, so I get maybe they're trying to stop you from breaking your iOS and deleting stuff, but at the same time, it just, they should be there for people that want to add sort of stuff into that system file and change it a little bit, because I wouldn't mind that. Next I'm going to say total UI changes. iOS 7 was the biggest change to iOS, there's no point denying that. It brought a lot of new features and that, so why can't we have like a total UI change again? iOS 7 totally changed the UI. It was actually a pretty decent update, so yeah, why don't we get that again? Another UI change, because I mean UI changes are pretty decent, and a total redesign of iOS would be really good. I actually think that it's got to the point where they sort of need to do a total redesign of iOS just to make it look a bit more new and keep it going. Next is the option for people that use VoiceOver. So I'll put this near the end, because I mean, obviously if people that don't use VoiceOver and that, you're not going to probably care, but I'm just going to throw this one in here. If you use VoiceOver, then there should be an option to totally disable iOS system animations. I mean, chances are that if you're using VoiceOver, you can't see them anyway, and your iPhone would be just quicker without them, so what is the point? And that comes into our next one, the option to disable all animations for like just anywhere really. But if you're not going to let everyone disable animations, at least do it for VoiceOver and that. But yeah, animation disabling everywhere on the whole OS, it would just make it like, I mean, there's been plenty of glitches where you can disable animations and that, and it's been pretty cool. But really, to be honest, I think they need to sort of make it so that you can just disable all the animations. So yeah, that is it for now. I'm going to keep doing these iOS 12 and that. I'll do a tvOS 12 and that. So that's so far what I want to see. I mean, I'm probably going to think up more ideas as time goes on, but so far if these features came, then I'd call it a pretty nice update. So we'll have to see what Apple does. Hopefully they do something like this, but you never know. But if we had all these features, it would be a pretty nice update. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in iOS 12 and that. And yeah, peace.